everyone, I'm Kimberly from Dirt Floor Fibers, and I'm super excited that we are heading into the winter and the holiday season. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, and that means that Christmas is right around the corner. And of course, winter is always the best time to work with fiber arts, in my personal opinion. It's cool enough outside that you actually want to pull out wool and get to work. Now, one of the goals that I have for myself coming into this winter is to actually get my website up and running over at dirtfloorfibers.com. Now, I haven't really spent a lot of time trying to direct people over to my website simply because it's not really set up the way I want it to be yet. I filled in the template with just enough information and products to kind of hit the publish button, but I haven't really done anything with it since the spring. Haven't updated it, haven't put new items up there. And one of the reasons why I've been avoiding doing this is because of the product photography. Inside my house, I've tried to take product photos, but I don't have a lot of really good natural light, despite my house being absolutely covered in windows. Just the sun's never at the right angle to give me what I need. So most of the time, I come out here to the back porch where the lighting is the best, but it's not really my favorite backdrop. It's not very pretty. I need to do a little renovation out here as well. And I always have trouble finding just the right spot where the sunlight's not direct, but I don't have a ton of shadows. I had to rearrange myself for this video like 8 times in order to get a place where I wasn't swathed in shadows, but I also wasn't being washed out by the direct sunlight. So I needed something better. I tried doing a DIY at-home light box out of a cardboard box, but those pictures still just kind of looked like I was taking pictures of stuff inside a box. It wasn't really what I wanted. So I've been putting off doing my website for ages, but I found something that I'm hoping is going to help, and hopefully I can get that up and running better the way I wanted to. So while I was at Michael's the other day, looking for something completely different, I happened to go down the aisle that has a lot of their like scrapbooking and Cricut machines sort of things, and I happened to come across what's called the Shotbox. It's kind of hard to see on camera here. It's a large box, but it's made by We Are Memory Keepers, which I think is like the Michael scrapbooking brand or whatever. But it's basically a collapsible light box. So I was like, hey, why don't I pick up one of these? You know, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't horribly expensive. So I figured it'd be a good investment to try out, see if I liked it. And then it had all the accessories, and actually what caught my eye first before I saw the light box was this, and it's a kind of like a little stand that attaches to the light box that'll hold your tablet or smartphone, so that way you can take angled product shots in addition to coming in from above on the box as well. So I picked up that because I thought that would be helpful. And then they also have, so you see the lights already starting to change on me back here. The Shotbox also has a nifty little carrying bag, which I was worried that if there were a ton of little bits and pieces, I didn't want them to get lost, and I wanted to make it really easy to carry up and down from my studio if I needed to, so I picked that up. And then the last thing I grabbed was a set of these backgrounds. They had 2 different options. One of them was just a bunch of kind of bright colors that were solid. These have more like the wood grains. There's like some marbled or painted backdrops, some tile looking ones. And I figured that kind of fit with my brand and my feel a little bit more than the bright solid colors. But if I like these, I might go back and take a look at the other pack just to see what was available, or see if any of my scrapbooking papers might make a good background as well. So that's what I picked up, and now I'm gonna pull this out of the box, and I wanna give it a try, and I wanna tell you if I like it or not, and if you have to do your own product photography, you can see if you wanna go out and buy yourself one as well. So give me a minute to get my box all opened up, and I'll come back in to show you what it looks like. So here's everything that was in that box. Over here, we have the collapsible Shotbox itself. It's just made out of plastic, so it's not fancy. It does already have, you know, a few minor kind of scrapes and whatnot on the top, but it's not bad. It is just the outside, so I'm not too worried about that. It, of course, has the power cord, so it can plug in for the lights. It came with what I'm assuming are 2 different kind of vinyl backdrops. If they go this way, a light one and a dark one. And then it came with glare protectors to go over the screws on the light strip, and they are magnetic, so it looks like those will be really easy to install. And then it came with a reversible, removable floor, again for light and dark photography. It came with a tote bag, looks like this, and it's just kind of out of some kind of cheap, flimsy material, but I'm sure if you're just storing it like in your closet or whatever, that's probably sufficient for you. It does come with that. And then, of course, it has the instructions, which I'll actually read when I go to put this together. And then it also has information about downloading the app, which I didn't realize it had an app. So I'll be interested to take a look at that and see what kind of benefits that has. So that's what came inside the box itself. Let's take a look at the carry bag next. So here is the tote bag that I bought separately. That's this Shotbox bag. It's a lot bigger than what it looks like on the front of the box. If I can get a good picture of it. I'll lift my camera up. There we go. So you can see the tote bag has a couple of pockets on the front, zipper pouches, large open interior. So again, nothing fancy, but it is slightly padded, and so it feels like it'll be a little sturdier than the one that came with the box, or came with the Shotbox. So I'm glad I got that. And then this is what they're calling the side shot. So you can see where your phone goes in. I think this is the part that attaches on the top of the Shotbox. And I believe this is lighted as well because it also came with some sort of power cord. And then it also has the instructions. And then the last thing I got were the backdrops. And so here are the backgrounds. They're pretty nice quality. If you look really close, you can kind of see the print lines from where it was printed. But overall, not bad. And they are kind of a heavier stock, so even heavier than like my scrapbooking paper. So I do really like the qualities of these. These are quite nice. The other thing that I really like about them is the fact that they are only single-sided. There's a lot of places that will give you things and they'll say, oh, there's 12 different ones, and yet they're printed back to back, so you can only ever use, you know, half of the combinations. So I do like that all 12 of the backdrop choices do come on their own separate sheet, so you can mix and match as much as you like. Oh, this is a snazzy one. I like that one. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and carry all this stuff upstairs, because in theory, if it works properly, I should be able to set it up in my studio and take some pictures. So let's go see what that looks like. Okay, so first of all, how much do I love this bag? So I decided, even though I was just going upstairs, I might as well go ahead and give the bag a try, which at first I was like, bag, cool, whatever. It is what it is, but actually everything fits in it perfectly. So I have the little pocket up here for the side shot cord. The one down at the bottom fits the overall power cord perfectly. I managed to fit in this pocket the side shot. I'm having trouble getting it out, but here we go. The side shot fit right in there. In this other pocket, I fit both of the vinyl backdrops, plus the glare guards were in there too. And what I didn't notice before, it does also have a shoulder strap carrying handles. Please ignore my dogs in the background. They're not happy that I've locked them out of the studio. Then in the back, there's another pocket that fits the backdrops, including the carrying box. So you don't even have to take those out of the box. Those can stay right in there. And then, of course, the Shotbox itself fit nicely right in here. And I also noticed, as I was putting it away, that it has these great carrying handles to make it really easy to get in and out. And there's also enough room left over for the reversible flooring. So it all fit in the bag really, really nicely. So I'm actually a lot more happy with this purchase than I originally thought I was. So that was great. Let me set that to the side. Let's see if we can get this guy set up. All right, there we go. So it wasn't too hard to set up. Basically, you just kind of pop it up. The back, I thought maybe had like a slot that it fit in. It really doesn't. These little legs pop up into support. Looks like these guys just kind of hang out here. It did not really tell you how to install the backdrop. I was trying to put this side in first, didn't work, but there's holes on the other side, it's a little bit more logical. It is a little bit wrinkly, so I might have to let that sit out so it can lose those wrinkles. Hopefully it does smooth out. The shield guards went in really easy. They're magnetic, and so you have the grooves toward the top, and there's some screws underneath by the lights, and it just really kind of grabs and holds that in place, so it's supposed to reduce glare. And yeah, so I've got the power cord plugged in the back. Let's go ahead and actually plug that into the wall. I'll see if I can reach an outlet. The cord is not very long. All right, nice. And it looks like there's a dimmer switch over here, so you can make adjustments like that. There's an on-off switch, in theory, over here. Oh, there we go. I think it just does one at a time, so you can pick which side. Doesn't turn it all the way off, so I guess you just have to unplug it when you're finished. All right, so let's test this out without the side shot first. So I brought a few different options of items upstairs to test out. I have some knit hats that we can take a look at. I've got some hand spun right here. Please ignore what it looks like. I haven't gotten a chance to rescan it yet, so it's not actually ready to be photographed, but that's okay. It'll look a little bit better once I've got it scanned up here. There we go. It's a little bit better. All right, so I've got some hand spun. I've got some hand dyed wool here. It's a nice Corriedale. And I also have some nests of fiber that I prepared on my drum carder that are natural. So let's go ahead and take some pictures with each of these and see how they look under the light. And I think I'm just going to use my camera on my cell phone to see what we can do. Let's turn that light back up. Nope, it is all the way up. Okay. So let's start with the fiber. Can lay that out. Box like that. And then it tells me, let's see if I can adjust this up a little bit. I'm supposed to take my phone and lay it over the box. Take a picture. Well, it's interesting though, because my pictures, it's probably user error. Oh, here we go. I'll zoom in. I'm still getting the sides of the box a little bit. They're not bad. You know, it's... Let me go back to my camera. I'll try a few more shots. All right, and so that is the side shot, and I'll download this and see what it all looks like. So ultimately, would I recommend the Shotbox from We Are Memory Keepers? I think so. I think it'll work really well for small product photography. Obviously, my larger items like scarves and shawls, I'm gonna have trouble displaying inside of a box that's only that size. However, I have actually already gone on Amazon to try another type of light box. So I've ordered that, it's on its way. It's gonna be slightly larger. So I'm gonna test that out for some of my larger products. But for smaller items, I really do like the Shotbox. I really liked the tote bag that I bought separately. I would highly recommend that. Everything fits in it perfectly. It's got a little extra padding, and I think that's gonna work out really well. I also liked the backgrounds. I thought they were of a high enough resolution that they look good in the product shots, but they weren't terribly expensive, and there was a good variety in the backgrounds as well. I don't think I'll go back and get the solid colored ones simply because I think I'll use the more realistic backgrounds, the tiles and the wood grains a lot more often. And I think I would be able to use scrapbooking paper that's at like 12 by 12 size to work as backgrounds in there as well. So I don't really think it's necessary to get both sets of the backgrounds. I'm not sure yet on the side shot. That's that attachment where you can put your tablet or your cell phone on it to do shots. I think it would be really useful if you have multiple products that you want to make sure you get the same angled shot on, because it does hold it steady at the same angle. However, some of my shots did come out a little blurry when I was using that, simply because I think when I hit the button on my phone, it shook the holder a little bit, so I think the vibration messed with the quality of the picture. But overall, I think it did really, really well. So I would recommend the Shotbox. I did like the backgrounds. I did like the backgrounds. Up to you whether or not you want to try out the side shot or not. Jury's still out on that one. But like I said, I do have another light box coming in from Amazon that I purchased, and so when I get that, I will do another video and we'll see what that one's like for comparison. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!